Siddhartha Nigam, National Managing Partner of Advisory Services, Grant Thornton Bharat, is also with us. Mr. Nigam, what according to you are the hits and misses of this budget?
Thank you. Pleasure being here. It's a very well-balanced, future-oriented budget. I think, we always have expectations that the budget should cover every little bit. But I think if I was to look at this holistically, they addressed build out of infrastructure, MSME sector was covered, agri was covered. The themes of self-reliance, self-sufficiency, sustainability were adequately there. I think.
Would you like to elaborate on how the MSME sector was covered, Mr. Nigam? Because many experts who have come on our show, even the opposition leaders, seem to suggest that this is one area that has been left high and dry.
I think there are indirect benefits through investment, the capex that is going to happen. I think if you look at the build out of infrastructure, there is a role that MSME sector plays in that at a much smaller subcontractor level. I think it's gearing up. Being an optimist, looking at the positives of employment generation, involvement of smaller businesses into the capex. I think one of the key areas to me was the provision of potable water in several crore households. I think again it is bringing the nation or pushing the nation forward on the development agenda. I think there was also coverage of renewable energy and sustainability as a theme. And again, it's good to see the commitment of the government on, enhancing our renewable energy platform. I also believe that there is an indirect spurring of consumer demand that will happen when highways and roads will get developed. Our supply chains will become more efficient. We can take advantage of the length and breadth of the country, and that in turn will, spur the consumer demand. I think the other, big highlight for me was inclusion of the Department of Post, so the post office network into the banking, network. I think it almost trebles the points of banking available to the citizens of this country, and I think that is also going to push our agenda on financial inclusion forward. I think the commitment to reform, the commitment to ease of doing business, whether it's about making winding up of companies more efficient, it is. An area where I think we expected a little bit more about was around cross-border, insolvencies. Maybe that's an area that still needs to be looked at as part of the IBC. I think one of the other things that I was listening to Dr. Trehan, we were expecting a little more on the healthcare sector, given what we have faced in the last 2 years. So that's certainly, I think there was an expectation on a little bit more for. But I think the positive around the allied healthcare professionals bill will address some of the capacity building for the sector, maybe not through the budget, but the government's commitment to the sector. I think all in all, the inflow of global capital is robust. It continues. I think year on year, we are seeing India as a country where global capital seems to find its home.
So let's see.